protocol. And then to decentralization. As Manuel was saying, the protocol is now governed by the voting machine. Governance is a very important issue in every project that seeks decentralization, and involvement of the community is pivotal. Spaces for feedback and ideas have always been open in our forum and social media channels, and always taking into account for protocol improvements. But here we're talking about something deeper. Governance is quite a deeper step into decision making regarding core adjustments to the protocol. And from now on, mock holders have to vote or veto any protocol alterations, any smart contract alteration. So being a mock holder now carries one more important benefit, and it also carries some responsibility. We encourage all of you to keep up to date by following our blog, forum, Discord, and Telegram channels, interacting with the community and being not only members of the community, but the drivers of our community. To deep dive into this subject, we have co-founders of Money on Chain, Max, who has already joined, Manuel Ferrari, and from our core development team, Juan Boxer. So welcome, guys. It's a pleasure to have you, and check your microphones are working okay, especially Juan and Max.
Hello, everybody. Maria, we have many connection issues. I catch many the half of what are you saying.
I've been able to listen everything, so maybe it was your connection, Juan.
Okay.
No worries. Max, are you there? We lost Max.
Max,
I just saw him
again.
Okay, let's wait for him to connect again, or maybe I can start with you, Manu, until Max joins again. I have a few questions for you guys, but the purpose of the community call is exactly to hear the community and exchange ideas. So all your questions are welcome here. You just raise your hand and we will make you a speaker, or write them at Discord or Telegram.
Yes, I think, well, most of the information about the governance being shared through our blogs. Main message is now the proposal, the new modifications, the new upgrades of the protocol should be voted by MOC token holders. For doing that, you will need to have your MOC tokens staked. We will share very soon how instructions how to use the voting machine. But this is for us is a very important step in the road to decentralization. There is also, we need to say that there is a backdoor for in case of an emergency. Still there is a Multisig wallet that can do upgrades and modifications for emergency, and obviously shutting down that Multisig is part of something that we should evaluate when it's the right moment, and it has to be voted through governance. So it's also in the hands of MOC token holders to decide when is appropriate, when is good for all of Money on Chain protocol users to shut down that emergency access. I don't know,
yep.
Juan, if you want to
sorry, Manuel.
Sorry anything.
To interrupt, Manu.
Yes.
I was hearing in the Spanish call, Max was saying that probably that is one of the first things that the community is going to vote to drop the multisig. It's like the last milestone in the path to absolute decentralization, and it's probably one of the first things that the mock holders are going to be voting probably in 2022. That's an interesting step forward. I wanted to double click on the fact that sometimes people get confused talking about governance, that maybe a good idea to propose something in the forum is good enough. So what would be the difference here? What does it mean exactly that the protocol is governed by the voting machine, and what is the process like? Maybe Manuel or Juan, you can talk a little bit about that so that we are all on the same page here.
Again, Mary, sorry.
That I was sorry if my connection is not as good as it should be. If you need, you can take over, Manu. But I was wondering, that people sometimes confuse governance with sharing a proposal in a group, and here we're talking about much more than that, right? You have to build it, you have to deploy it. And after that, Jackie here is going to pin the article where that is perfectly explained in the blog. But what's the main idea? What is the process? Maybe Juan Boxer here, who is part of the core development team and has co-designed the governance for Money on Chain. You can tell us, Juan, how is it exactly going to work? Once the something is about to be voted, it is going to be properly communicated in the forum and the social media channels. But what happens next? How does the process work?
Well, what would happen next is you need to vote the proposal, right? This is a really, really simple process. You need to have some OIC tokens staked, then enter to our web app, the MOC Tools web app, and there is a section with sorry about that. A section with where the voting process is it's running, and there are two stages. The first stage, the pre-vote stage, it's the stage that it's only you can only vote to approve the proposal. And the second stage, the voting stage, you can vote to approve the proposal or to veto the proposal, right? It's a really simple process, but I think the most important part of this process is what surrounds the technical solution, right? To me, I think all the social construction that surrounds the technical solution to make improvements to the protocols, it's more important than the technical solution. You need you have some pre-stages when someone put a proposal in our forum, and then this proposal let me start again. You need some idea, then the idea becomes a proposal. The proposal becomes some project. You need to build the smart contract, the change contract that is going to the voting machine, and then win the voting, and then execute this change on the voting machine. But all the prestation, to me, is the most important part of the process, right? The social construction around this technical solution.
Good, thank you very much.
Yes, I just shared to Jackie. We will share there is a blog which is called Governance and Proposals, where it's explained all what Juan is explaining, that this is a process, and this is something important. This is a process that we all will need to learn how to execute and to do it. And most probably, as Max mentioned in previous community call, we will choose some very easy task to propose. And for doing all these proposals, the idea is to use the forum, the Money on Chain forum. So anyone who wants to do a proposal, they can do there. They need a certain like community attention. Of course, if someone proposes there and all the people doesn't want to do it, or there is a lot of negative feedback, most probably Money on Chain team is not going to develop. Anyone can develop it, but most probably still the developing of new upgrades will be centralized in the sense that there is a group of developers that knows the smart contracts, and it's much easier for them to do changes on the smart contracts. But the thing here is, of course, this is an open protocol. Anyone can propose changes, and now that we have a voting machine, and we can do these upgrades, but you need to be aware that there is at least if it's Money on Chain teams that is going to be involved in approving this, the founders and the community that we know, we are going to, we are very strict. We will evaluate how it needs audits, it needs a lot of things before approving anything. So the process is open for everybody, but of course there is a several steps that will need to be completed before putting anything on mainnet. So I think, Ian, I don't know if there is any question from anyone
Exactly.
who wants to ask about the process, the governance, or something else. Maybe there is questions about the oracles, that because there was a community call a couple of weeks, but maybe not everyone here being able to participate. And so I don't know if anyone in the audience who is listening to this want to do any question. Jackie or Mary, any question at all? Max is now with us, so he just joined. Ian, I think you have some, at least before you had some you wanted to participate. So if you have any question, just let us know. Also, you can write it in the Telegram group. If there is any question, if you don't want to participate speaking. If not, I would say again, all the information being shared, the basic information, and again there is some information that is going to be shared in the following weeks about more detailed guides how to vote, and that, for example, Juan was explaining. I think here Eduardo maybe has a question. Oops. So.
Hi, Manu. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Now, yes.
Okay.
If you were talking before, I wasn't able.
Yes. No.
Hi, Eduardo.
Hello, Eduardo. How are
Fine,
you?
thanks. I was wondering, Manu, if there's any news about interaction between the mock tools page and the hardware wallets, because there's been a while since I've been having issues to connect my ledger to
to do certain activities. Maybe some of the activities work, like moving mock tokens, but some interactions with the contracts are not working, either with Ledger or with Trezor.
Hi, Eduardo. We are working to integrate our login from RSK to the MOC Tools web app. In a few weeks we are having news about that.
Great, thanks.
The thing is, we don't have a certain date when this is all going to be fixed. If you are in an urgency to use the protocol with your seed, the recommendation right now is to get a Trezor one that it works perfectly right now. And the delays, it's outside of the development team of Manual Chain.
Exactly.
Okay, thanks. No, I'm not in a hurry, but just wanted to know, because just to be sure.
And luckily, this has taken much more time than we thought. It's something that can happen in software, you know. So that's why a couple of weeks, I think some months ago, I started to say everybody that if they need to access they have a ledger and want to use the protocol, well, get a Trezor. Really, this change that Ledger did had created some problems.
Oh yeah, as a matter of fact,
many platforms.
I went from Ledger to Trezor T. I disabled some parameter in the Trezor T, which was on the RSK website. But even with that, even after disabling the parameter, it's still not working.
Okay.
So that's what I don't want to go to a Trezor one just because of this, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
So Max, you've been connecting and disconnecting. I imagine that you have very bad connection. I don't know if you want to add something or to share something. It's been we explained very briefly how the governance now works. I don't know if you want to add anything, to say something, besides that we are very happy of this very important step in the road of complete decentralization of the protocol. Well, seems you have very bad connection. Anyway, so I don't know, Eduardo, if you have any other question. If not, I think if anyone else has any other question, we can continue any doubts or any question that you might have in our Telegram group. And we will, and also I will like to say everyone Merry Christmas and have a happy New Year.
Yeah, definitely. Have a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and please stay connected. As we were discussing earlier, it's super important for the community to be engaged, to be participating, to follow up, to ask for community calls. This is the way in which we can do this collectively, and this is the way to go. So, shall you have any other questions? Sherry is saying hi, but if you have any questions, Sherry, you can unmute yourself and maybe we can make you a speaker. If not, we'll see you everyone in the next call. Let me announce that it's a while still to that date, but we're going to have an Ask Me Anything session on Dub Radar's social media in January. So we're going to announce it in our Telegram groups, Discord, and Twitter. So keep up to date. It will be super interesting if you could join us the 12th January for the Ask Me Anything session at DAP Radar social media channels. Thank you, everybody. See you in the next one.
Bye. Thank you all again.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.